I'm talking to you and I just realized that my mic was muted. I was saying I have 4 ninja kittens in the room. This and Summer has the tendency when I'm here to like want to be here. So who knows? We may get a lot of kitten action. That's what I was laughing about and talking about. How's everybody doing? Shalama, glad you're here, darling. Izzy Rose, good morning, honey. Siberia 2019, good morning. Glad you came over. Hi, Hermit Zifrog. Hi, Kim. Thank you for coming over, honey. Justice Janie, glad you're here. Good morning, Melissa. Hi, Sarah Silva. Good morning. Glad you're here. Kimberly Brummett, good to see you, darling. Rianne Evans, is it evening for you, darling? Hey, wise old lady. Hello, all, says Jack of all trades. Puppy Red Mustang, good morning, darling. Just want to grab everybody here. Good morning, Patty Ponytail. Shorty Small, I'm glad you're here, baby. Kim, thank you for the nice welcome. We got Jude's Boutiques. Good morning, darling. Good morning, Moonlight View. I'm so glad you came over, honey. Shorty Small again. Hey, Pam O'Connor. Let me get you up here. Come on. There we go. Wonder if my batteries are getting, wonder if my batteries are getting low in my mouse. It's being cranky. Hi, in Sherry's opinion. It's always good to see you. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. You guys, good morning, Victoria. Mom of 2. Good to see ya. Yes, Justice Janie. Kitty cats are playing. Oh, y'all. I went to my YouTube homepage and I started scouring across channels looking for something about summer today. I couldn't, now I'm not saying nobody's talking about her today. I'm saying I couldn't find anybody talking about her today. And are there updates? No. Is Summer still missing? Oh, yeah. So why aren't we talking about her? So I decided to throw on a little bit of lipstick and my new earrings from Sending You Good Karma. I don't know if you guys saw I did the little thing, when one of you sends me a present, I like to open it and record it and then upload it so that other subs and viewers. Hi, PJ's Wish. I think, I missed you, honey. You skipped on me. Hi, PJ. Good to see you. And here again, I'm sorry if I miss anybody. I'll try to catch you in here at some point. I like to acknowledge everybody that takes the time to come over and hang out with us. I know some people get bored with that. It's like, oh, get into the program. Here's the thing. Hi, Patriot Wife. Y'all, I got no talking points about summer. Y'all might have. And we can bounce off of you. But I made summer a promise. I made my viewers a promise. And although there's no breaking news and no updates, I am not going to stop talking about Summer Moon Utah Wells. I wish that we could all remember, including me, I say we, me too, that although we're almost 16 months into Summer's case, there are a lot of new people who haven't been even aware, maybe until recently, maybe new viewers, new subs, maybe folks that have come to my channel and other channels because of another case and got interested in that, and maybe then they see a title or a hashtag with Summer's name and they go, oh, I'm not familiar with this case. So how do we know that? How could we know whether or not there are loads of people out there perusing YouTube who don't know all the things we know or all the things we speculate on? And maybe they want to participate in some live chats or see some videos on Summer where they can leave comments and ask questions. Hi, Amy M. Hi, Auntie M. We got Amy M and Auntie M. And my hair, cattywampus as usual. I forgot to take it down. So, hi, Dodging Bullets. One question that came up, hi, Birdie, that came up in chat here was, do I believe Fred Hill? Now, y'all know, or most of you know, I think, hi, Chi-Chi, that I'm scrolling back up so I can see if, I'm pretty sure it was, do I believe Fred Hill? Pam O'Connor is asking, Liplock, do you believe Fred? Now, most of you know that I mod for Ziggy, and I have been for months now. So I've been there for most of that, and if I miss a live, like if she's super late, like she was last night, and I'm like, right? But I've caught most of those. So I relate to Fred, and I'm going to answer your question, Pam, as best as I can. Because the answer is yes and no. That's the short answer. But I relate to Fred like some of my cousins. My people are from the Arkansas Ozarks, foothills, hills, and hollers, Izard County, Arkansas. And many of my cousins on my mom's side never left the area. And they grew up like Fred Hill. What I mean like that is, you know, out in the hills and hollers, running barefooted. I'm trying to think how to say this. Okay. I had a couple of cousins, male cousins, who were, hi, Cinnamon, hot, 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 hi Southern Belle, a little older than me, but close enough in age that when school was out, we were all running the hills and hollers, like I'm sure Summer and her brothers did, and like I'm sure Fred Hill did. And hi Pauline, up in this neck of the woods, there's a thing called snipe hunt. And it's a practical joke where you take a naive or gullible or easily fooled person out into the woods, and you give them a tow sack, a burlap bag. We call them tow sacks. And you sit them on a stump and you tell them to hold the bag. If you're nice, you leave them with a lantern or a flashlight. And you tell the person that you're going to go over yonder and you're going to stir up the snipes and get them to run towards the naive person sitting on the stump with the tow sack. And that when the snipes come, you know, you're supposed to open that tow sack and catch the snipes. Now, the thing is that snipes are not real. And back in those days, I'm talking before the 1960s or early 1960s. And I don't know if people still do this. But the joke is that the joker just goes off and leaves you sitting there in the middle of nowhere on a stump, holding the bag. And nothing ever happens, except if the practical joker is lucky, you're scared poopless, and it takes you a while to catch on. So all of that is to say why I relate to Fred Hill like I would my cousin Danny, my cousin Eddie, and my cousin Red. Was I ever taken on a snipe hunt? No, because I was around the boys. So I knew. And when it comes to the bones, I believe that was a practical joke snipe hunt. Hi, Christy. Y'all, I actually have kittens like under the desk near the power source. If we crash, it's because a kitten has killed my power or disconnected my Wi-Fi. Who is it? Hang on, y'all. Let me see who it is. Oh, I almost ran over a kitty. It's Wells, of course. Wells, come out, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get him out from under here. Come here. Come here, you little stinker. The culprit. And how do we know? Because he's wearing the chartreuse reflective. He doesn't like to be held. You know, we had to do the collar thing because I tried identifying them. Hi, crazy chicken lady. Or keeping them. Hi, sleuth mom. I tried to count I didn't try to. I counted the rings on their tails before we got the collars. I thought I could tell them apart that way. Every one of them has 5 rings or 4 rings and then a solid spot on the end of their tails are identical. But they are getting old enough that I can at least tell the difference in gender. So Pam, I believe parts of what Fred says. I do believe that Fred saw Andy Bernard on the road. don't have notes or anything in front of me. As a matter of fact, I haven't taken notes on Fred. But I do believe, hi, Breege, and they are beautiful, aren't they? I do believe, hi, Angie's Life. Welcome, glad you're here. I do believe that on that day, I can't remember the date. Was it actually June 15th or was it the 14th? Does anybody in chat remember? Is Queen Bee here? If you are, I'm going to have a fangirl moment. Hi, Blue Eyes Webster. I see someone greeting Queen Bee. Mods, hi, Carrie. Hope Mom's doing okay today, sweetheart. Hi, Cindy Smithers. June 15th. So if Carrie, honey, and any other mods, and Pam is saying the 15th too. If Queen Bee is here, would you please drop a link for her channel? And any other, like drop a link for Sleuth Mom. Hi, girl. Y'all, y'all know I digress. I bounce all over the place on a live. I don't know if any of you have watched Queen Bee. I haven't seen you. Hi, Vestiges. I've seen Sleuth Mom. Thank you, Sleuth Mom, for dropping. Hi, True Purpose. Hi, Bama Fan One. I'm trying to think other than Sleuth Mom. Hi, Susan McMillan. If I've seen any of y'all in Queen Bee's chat, but I have talked about her a little bit. She gave me the privilege of coming up on her panel. I just discovered her a couple of weeks ago, and I don't even remember how. She was kind enough to let me come up on her panel and talk a little bit about Summer's case. And so I shared that live on our community tab, the one that that I didn't give y'all a timestamp, but I'd really rather you watch the whole thing and give a review. But kitties are going wild. Squirrel. Queen Bee, and Queen Bee, I talk about people and behind their backs and in front of their face, but I say the same thing. To your face, I say to your back. Queen Bee is kind of like me in that she is direct, she's blunt, she can be brash, but not in a rude way. She's kind to her chat and to her guests on panel. What I really, really like about her is that she allows opposing views on panel, but she doesn't allow the panel to like go off the rails. Sometimes B. Tim is on panel, or actually often B. Tim is on her panel. Captain Napton, Tiffany Taboo. I know I'll leave a bunch of people out, but I try to catch Queen when she's live, and if I miss her live, I do try to catch her on rewatch. So if you're the type that likes a channel where there's a really stimulating and interesting discussion going on, but no drama per se. There's a little bit, but Queen Bee kind of keeps that reeled in, and she's very generous with hi Deets on this. Okay, now look, I'm gonna have all kinds of freaking fangirl moments because of these awesome creators we have coming into our chat. Well, Queen Bee, honey, I am, yes, by nature, I am a kind person. I've just always been that way. But I'm also a bitch. And Queen Bee, I don't know if you've ever seen one of my rants, but if I'm pissed off, I cuss so badly that, hi, George, that my mods are prepared. My all my mods have been with me practically like since day one, so we're all like, you know, they know me. Let me put it that way. So it's like Carrie Bishop. It's like she almost sits with her finger on the button to throw up the cuss trigger warning. Because if I'm pissed, even the 4-letter C word will come out of my mouth. On a live. Yeah. Hi, Esther. Babies, why are you babies? They just, I hope we don't get unplugged. So, and y'all, Dates on the Streets is really putting up across. Deets is, Deets, would we call you a clip channel? I'm not real good with all the YouTube terminology, but I think we would call you a clip channel, but they're not a mean clip channel. They're a, here's what is pretty much going on like a few minutes ago, and reasonable and balanced. Y'all know me. I like reasonable and balanced. I'm not, you know. So thank you, Carrie, for dropping links. Thank you to all of the mods for being here, by the way. Oops, guess who didn't turn their notifications off? So I don't know if that really answers. Let me turn my notifications off here. Pam's question about Fred. I know it's kind of vague to say yes and no. I think part of him is a jokester. I think he's just a good old boy from the holler. I think that he did see Andrew Bernard that day. I do think that he saw another vehicle. I think he said a pickup truck with out-of-state tags. I wish he could remember which state, because y'all know I'm in Arkansas, and y'all know that from time to time I get eat the fuck up. Because I sure wish I could get some more creators to get interested in summer wells in the state of Arkansas, because of the threads of the tapestry in her story that crisscross my state. I want to know more about this Daryl Coggins dude. Some time ago, oops, I stopped in the middle of doing the notification thing. Hang on, I'm sorry. Tell it you're done. Okay. I'm going to screen share a few things on Scott Lynn, but now I've got you pulled up so that when we do that, I can see your chat on my phone if I have enough presence of mind to look down at it. All right, I lost my train of thought. Hi, Judy Jennings. Babies, whose name did I say right before I said I was going to screen share some Scott Lynn and did all that? Oh, Daryl Coggins. All right. I hadn't seen anybody address his name or know anything about him. And one day, oh, gee whiz, I think it was, and I'm not going to take the time now to show you the receipts, but it's in my instant messenger on Facebook, okay? A viewer And if y'all need receipts at another time, like on an upload or something, I'll find them and figure out how to fix it where y'all can't see the person's real name and all that business. I don't know how to do that. That's one reason I'm not going to try to find it. Plus, I have 100 million instant messages on Facebook. And many of you, like, if it's hard for me to remember, I know I'm digressing, but I'll get back to it. Like your username, as opposed to your real name, if we're friends on Facebook, or like if we instant message with one another. I see your real name and I have to scroll all the way back up to your initial request to find your username to remember who you are in this chat. So if you're in here, feel free to let people know who you are if you want to. So here's what happened regarding Summer Wells, Daryl Coggins in Arkansas. Not Summer in Arkansas, Daryl Coggins in Arkansas. Hi, Lady May. I want to say it was like maybe 3 months ago, maybe not that long, but some time ago. A viewer sent me an instant message saying that a local, meaning a local in Beach Creek / Rogersville, Tennessee, had told them, the viewer, that a man named Daryl Coggins was seen visiting Candice Bly down yonder the week before Summer went missing. And did I know anything, since I'm in Arkansas, about this Daryl Coggins, Coggins? Well, I'm very limited, as my regular viewers know. I'm on Social Security, not disability, just old lady Social Security. Kitty, don't fuss, please. So I can't afford those sites where you go and do the deep, like, background researches that you have to pay for. So I could only skim across the surface looking at this Daryl Coggins. Now, the viewer who sent me the instant message also with me, and I think it was an upload, not a live on this. And it looks like my camera's kind of wanting to bleep in and out. I don't know what's going on. Okay. The instant messenger person told me that the way this Daryl Coggins knows Candice Bly and Candice Harrer is through Mr. Ed's Magical Midway, which is a carnival company out of Wisconsin. So I looked them up on the internet, and they've got a website, and I shared some of that in the upload I did. I approached through email another creator who does have the ability to do all that background research stuff. But she's been so busy with her own stuff that it's really been hard for her to get to it. So I haven't really been able to, but I kept, like, here and there, I would drop the name Daryl Coggins. There's a senior and a junior. The junior had a court date in May here in Arkansas, but I couldn't find anywhere what the freaking charges were. I can't find if he's in jail, what his charges were, if he showed up for court in May. I believe that it was in Rogers, Arkansas, which is where Donald Wells and Candice Bly met. It's where they were traveling from when Rosemarie Bly went missing on August 21st of 2009. Donald and Candice Bly were headed from Rogers, Arkansas, or that neck of the woods. It's Rogers, Bentonville. It's all kind of grown into one big metro area over there in Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, where the university is. I drink your milkshake. Honey Scott Lynn is a local case. I'm working here, and we're going to get to it after I get through jacking my jaws on this. He was arrested here September 22nd on 2 charges. One of rape of a minor under the age of 14. A second victim, sexual assault of a child. The guy is a martial arts instructor. Hi, Cat's Eye. And right before I went live, I got off the phone with my local Cleburne County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department, the main line receptionist who connected me with detention. Not much really to tell you there other than just I want to keep this guy's name out there. And I have been letting my viewers know that over time, that when cases come up in Arkansas, because I am in Arkansas, and not only that, but honey, I could walk out my back door right now through the woods and across the creek, and in less than 3 minutes be at the Cleburne County Sheriff's office and detention center and our courthouse where this man is being held, or at least I think he still is. We'll get to that in a minute. So it's not only in my state, it's figuratively in my backyard. So it's a case that falls into the category of what I talk about here on my channel, and it's right here. So I can actually cover his court date. I've got his court date and everything when we get to it. I want to finish up talking about Daryl Coggins, honey, and then I'll get there. Hi, Jean. Good to see you, baby. I'm on his angels. Hi, Kim Holmes. Okay, so I just, I want to make it clear. I'm not trying to implicate Daryl Coggins in the disappearance of Summer Wells. But Arkansas, in my opinion, cannot be ignored in the Summer Wells case. There's just too much here. Donald Wells' oldest son is a registered sex offender in my state. Donald Wells and Candice Bly met in my state. They were traveling across my state when Candice's sister, Rosemary Bly, went missing. It's like every time I accidentally touch, when my knee accidentally touches my desk drawers, my camera kind of flashes. So maybe that's what's going on. So, hi, Sonya. I want highlighting the way home for the vanished. I hesitate to use the word desperately, but it actually does kind of apply. I want desperately for some YouTube creators who are covering Summer's case, who have the capacity, the ability, the wherewithal, and the tools to just look at this guy. I'm not proprietary. I'm not the type to run up on somebody's panel and go, oh, I was the first one talking about Daryl Coggins. Summer matters to me. Finding out what happened to her matters to me, and it matters to y'all. So I really don't give a flying fuck. I'm sorry. What creator gets the scoop? I and my viewers and my subs want to know, TBI, what happened to Summer Wells? And did it happen on June the 15th? Viewers, I'm beginning to question that. Not like in a weird ass conspiratorial hoodoo voodoo way, but in a logical, practical, just looking at stuff way. I'm literally beginning to wonder if that baby went missing between the Saturday garage sale at the Seventh Day, or I'm not sure which church, at a church. She was seen at that garage sale on the Saturday before she reportedly went missing on Tuesday, June the 15th of 2021. I can't find anywhere, and if anybody knows, I always stand to be corrected. But I personally cannot find anywhere that Summer Wells had eyes laid on her by anybody other than her immediate family between Saturday, the garage sale, and any time after. Hi, Ceci, Brenda. Hi, sweet Sativa. Good to see you, darling. Thank you for coming. I mean, like when I was mentioning, I wish that Fred Hill had taken note of the out-of-state tags on the truck he claims to have seen when he saw Andy Bernard. Were they Arkansas tags? We'll never know. But I sure as hell wish we did. Look, I find that people get confused. So from time to time, I like to clarify. The video that Candice Bly sent to Unmasked of Summer Wells leaning upon the milk jugs is not the last known video footage of Summer Wells, according to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the last known video footage of Summer Moon Utah Wells is of her swimming at Warriors Path. And if you notice, TBI has never, ever, that I can find, have they ever said that that swimming hole footage was shot on June the 15th. Here again, I always stand to be corrected. We have the funky-ass photo that was uploaded at 6:09 by Candice Bly and then immediately or almost immediately deleted on June the 15th. And if you listen to Jody Sue Brown and Andy Bernard and Candice Bly and Donald Wells, this is summer. If you listen to them, there was a shitload of stuff going on between 6 and 6:30 that evening, between 6 and 6:23. I don't see any way on God's green earth Jody Sue Brown could have been everywhere she says she was when she says she was. And everybody knows I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of that bitch's mouth. Nothing. I believe some of what Andy Bernard says, but it seems to me that he's basically just, I don't know, I can't remember, I don't recall. The only way I remember things is by seeing pictures in family albums. That's just the way my mind works. Well, sir, if you ever see this, let me say this to you, Andy Bernard. In my opinion, you're just another grifter, sir, with no reason to be on YouTube other than to get money. I apologize if that hurts the feelings of or pisses off anybody who is watching this video. But this is an opinion, speculation, reaction channel who happens to cover a little missing girl named Summer Moon Utah Wells. I'm hesitating because I'm trying to decide if I want to say something out loud on my live that I said in Sage Sleuth's live yesterday while I was modding for her. Because I don't have permission to release a phone call. I will never release a phone call that is in this phone that became a fucking wildfire yesterday on YouTube. I've been going back and forth all morning. Should I address this issue? Well, here we are, so I guess I will, and then I'm going to share some stuff about Lynn and get off of here. I love Shay. And I don't mean YouTube creator to creator love. I mean friend to friend in real life love. I was sent that same phone call, and I will not say by who ever, unless the person who sent it to me decides that they will tell the public that they sent it to me. But I was sent that phone call the same day it was sent to Shay. Not asking me to do anything with it, just as safekeeping with someone who could be trusted to not do anything with it, but just have it in case it was lost by anybody and everybody else that might have it. I'll never release it. So I stand in support of Shay because she waited. She had that phone call a long time. She waited until Boo was supposed to be gone for his military service, as I understand it. As I understand it. As I understand it, she had permission from the person who sent it to her to release it. Obviously, there was more than the dad and the son on the phone call because somebody recorded it. Summer, honey, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. Summer is actually, she's kind of starting to get on my nerves. So what I put in Sages, and y'all, you know how I am. Hi, Chief B. I'm rarely looking. Hi, AP. I see people greeting you. Once I get, I'm doing this and not reading chat, but I will try to get back to you before we shift over to Scotland. Okay, so I was modding for Sage. I also mod for Shay, but I didn't know Shay was live. I didn't get a notification. But I did get a notification for Sage Sleuth, and I was there modding for her. And it was a very, very important live. And at the time that a user came into chat and asked, I can't remember exactly what they said because I was modding, and at the time I was the only mod in that chat, and it was a very important live. If you haven't seen it, I shared it on Community tab, and I highly recommend it. It falls in line with what we're talking about here and now, or what I'm talking about. But it was something like that Tiffany Marie is calling out Shay. So I guess Tiffany was live at the same time on something else. And then this came up, and Jenny from Gavel Geeks went up on Tiffany Marie's live stream. And this was all discussed about Shay having released this phone call. Shay has privated the video. She did so almost immediately, as I understand it. But the user in Sage Sleuth's chat was like, in a nice way, seemed like, was trying to get me to like go over to Tiffany Marie's, I'm not real clear, to defend Shay. And what I put in chat, I think, I'd have to go back and watch the live chat replay if Sage Sleuth put it up. And of course, y'all are welcome to go fact check me on this. I put in the chat, I'm not going to get in the middle of this. I have the call. I don't have permission to talk about it or release it. So I'm not going to. And besides, I'm the only moderator right here in this chat right now, and I'm not going to abandon Sage Sleuth. So after, hi Cheryl Mahaffey. So after Sage ended her live, I honestly can't recall if Tiffany Marie was still live. I think not. I think I must have been watching. It had to have been replay because what I watched was actually Jenny going up on panel and this whole discussion ensuing. And here's where I stand with that. And then I'm going to shut up about it. Tiffany Marie, you don't run this community. And I don't know who you think you are, demanding that my friend Shay show up in your chat by 3 p.m. or else yesterday. So fuck you. And then inciting your chat to turn on Shay by implying that if she doesn't show up by 3 p.m., as you demand, little princess, cheerleader pom-pom, narcissistic, sociopathic, Machiavellian person, that she's hiding. Fuck you. Shay has plenty of platforms, including mine, that she is welcome to come on at a moment's notice. I will go live unplanned. If Shay gets a hold of me and says, will you go live so I can come on your channel and talk about this phone call? Fucking A, sister, right now, I sure will, at your request, not at my demand. So that I want cleared up. All the other creators in this genre, in this community, not one of us on YouTube owes you a single fucking explanation for anything, Tiffany Marie. Got it? And because Shay did not choose to bow at your feet, kiss your ass, and your fucking imaginary crown, does not mean she was hiding. And the fact that you swayed your chat into believing that she was, and then running with that, is low, low, low. And the only fucking reason you did it was for clicks and views. Now, I'm done with that. My viewers know, hi Sammy C, that under most circumstances, hi Autumn Love, I'm a one and done bitch. I don't beat dead horses. So I have no intention of addressing this issue again unless my friend Shay and the person and the people involved in the phone call ask me to. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Stacy Ray. Okay. I wish I could figure out how to, maybe I'll just go on. I'm wanting a cigarette real bad right now. I'll tell you what, let's do a transitional song. Let's do a transition. Let's get me out of this mood. Hi, Techna Girl. And hi, Jen Green. Let's play our theme song, if I can get it to share. Turn on the speakers here. And let's transition over to a little update on Scott Lynn. Hi, Ange Carter. Yeah, deep breaths or breaths, as Angie says. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm fully aware that right now in my chat, there are members and subs to Tiffany Marie. I know that. And I appreciate that. And the phone call was between Andy Bernard and his son. And that's all I'll say about it. But we have folks in our chat right now who are regular viewers. I don't sub to Tiffany anymore. But if she's talking about summer, I go over and I watch. During the time, a few months ago when Fizzle and a few others were putting effort into trying to bring the Summer Wells community back together, creators back together. And I was reluctant, because there are creators I just don't like, and we're just cut out of a different swath of cloth. That's all. We're just okay, and they don't like me. But for summer's sake, for summer's sake, I was willing to reach across and attempt to mend fences. So I went into Tiffany Marie's live chat. And I put something, this is a couple of months ago. I put something, I think I did, my usual thing is I'll put like good evening to all or good morning to all, depending on time of day that the live's running. So probably the first thing was something like that because it was nighttime. I do remember that. So it was something like good evening to all or everybody. And just kind of laid back, and a few people in the chat, waved back or sent me a heart or something, just a few. And that was totally cool. And then someone in the chat, Tiffany Marie never recognized or at least acknowledged that she saw me in her chat up to that point. I think I just put in a couple of, hey backs to people. And someone in her chat, they didn't tag me, but they attacked me using my creator name, Lip Locked No More. Hi, by the way, if you're new, my name is Susan, and welcome to Lip Locked No More. But anyway, they attacked me. That she put up on the screen. And in the live chat, immediately following that came AB, who is a moderator there. Now, I don't allow my moderators to be rude to my chat. If somebody's going to be rude to someone in my chat, it's going to be me. My moderators aren't here to be rude to you, to call you out, to smart off to you, to in any way make you feel uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, their job here is the exact opposite. And if they ever do unjustifiably make you feel uncomfortable or are rude to you, they won't be a moderator here anymore. Because everyone is welcome. unless they're an asshole or a spammer. But AB tags me in that chat and says, lip lock no more. Why are hip locked no more? Why don't you go build your own community? So I thought, well, so much for fence mending, Tiffany. That fizzles, not request, but encouragement. So much for fence mending. So there you go. That's where that stands. Now, let us screen share. If you have earbuds in, I don't know how loud this may be. So, just saying. I do have my left hand on the volume button, and we will turn it down if need be. But let's listen to Nefex, copyright free. The song is titled Winning, and it is the theme song of Lip Lock No More. I hope y'all be able to hear this. Sometimes my computer bogs down. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to get a commercial. Hang on, I got 15-second commercial. Oh, that, whoop. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I quit. Ah. I Dang it. Am I back? Ugh. You hear me? You can hear me. Okay. Am I back? Am I, am I back? I'm waiting to see in chat, babies, if you can see and hear me. Yeah, superior dreams. I'm back, Angela Gallagher. Okay. I'm going to have to break down and get a new computer. I don't like that but it wasn't like I didn't even have like I didn't even have a bunch of tabs open. I had the 2 tabs open that I want to pull up on Scott Lynn. Okay. That's our theme song. I've got to figure out how. Maybe I can get my computer guy to come over and maybe he can just update. I mean, y'all, I'm still running Windows 7 Professional. I mean, hey, look, I'm going to pull the camera down. Look, here's what I'm running. Watch. Pay no attention to any message you may see. See? Whoop, let me sweep you back. So it's a really old computer. It's actually like a rebuilt one. But hi, Louise Stevenson. But what I did was, rather than freaking out, I realized that I could communicate with you guys here in chat and let you know what I was doing on my end, trying to come back and just by take a deep breath, Susan, and just don't let it overwhelm you. After all, if the live crashes, you can always come back up live, or you can do an upload to finish out and explain what happened. So, but thank you guys, those of you who stuck around. So dodging bullets, get a new one. Well, let's not forget a lip lock no more is on Social Security. Just saying. Yeah, I do wish I could go smoke, but I don't like to just go off and leave it running live. Thanks, Chief B. What I did is I closed the tab for Netflix. Then I hit refresh on StreamYard. Now, the reason that was a little bit is because if you are running live on StreamYard and you hit refresh, there is a chance you're going to get booted from your own live. So I was just sitting here doing this and communicating with you kids. Hi, Kim Holmes, if I didn't see you earlier, and chat to let you know what I was trying to do on my end. So, all right, now, right before I went live, I did call the Cleburne County, Arkansas Sheriff's Office. The lady that I speak with, and Sheriff Chris Brown is our public information officer. He does his own public information. Who is this? It's Summer again, of course. Here, say hi. Say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. You have an eye booger. Yuck. I'm wiping it off on a tissue. She had an eye booger. But anyway, if she'll be good, I'll let her sit here in my lap, but she tries to get on the keyboard and I don't know what'll happen. Sheriff Brown is not giving any interviews regarding Scott Lynn, at least not right now. And so the information that I have is still the same information from our discussion on him the other day. So I didn't get to talk to Chris, but they did transfer my call over to detention because I was looking at, let's see, let me pull this up. Summer, I don't need your help, darling. Okay. This is the, by the way, the link to this site is in the description below if anybody's, not that anybody would be interested in looking, but this is the official Cleburne County, Arkansas inmate roster from our sheriff's office. And I don't know how to make it bigger for y'all. So you would have to, hi, peace, God. You would have to, that's why I put the link in the description below in case anybody wants to go fact check me. Because I really don't know how to make this bigger for you. But you can see here his mugshot. Scott, initial B as in boy, Lynn. Race white, gender male, age 57 years. Current place of residence is Cleburne, Arkansas, which is a 19-minute drive from my front door. Scott Lynn was arrested on September the 22nd, 2022 at 2:08 p.m. Central Time. Mr. Lynn's charges are rape and sexual assault in the first degree. His court date, and yes, I will be in attendance for his court date, is October 5th, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. Now, our court here, pretty much like you can walk in and take a seat like at 9 o'clock, and there's there's lots of things that take place before it proceeds, and So we don't know that Mr. Lynn will be precisely at 9:30. So I will go prepared to spend the entire day if I have to. So, hi, Yorkshire. Here's where I'm like, what's up with this? Okay, as best as I could find out, late yesterday afternoon, Scott B. Lynn was still incarcerated in the Cleburne County Jail, being held on a $150,000 bond. The detention center put me on hold when I asked, because see, the detention, let's see, let me take this down. I just wanted to show you guys that so that if you wanted to do any fact checking, you would be able to do so. When I was talking to the young man, or I say young man, he sounded like a young man, in the detention center, I told him, I said, look, I realize as an independent investigative reporter that you can only answer one or two very specific questions. And I said, so I want to ask you this. Can you tell me, is Scott Lynn still in your jail? And he began referring me to the roster that we were just looking at. And so I listened to him, and then I said, well, yes, thank you. I am looking at that while we're speaking. And thank you for directing me there, but I've already got that. What I'm wanting to know is, can you tell me if he's still there this morning? And the young man said, well, I'm going to have to put you on hold. He wasn't gone, maybe not even 30 seconds. And he came back and he said, I can't answer that question. I can tell you he's not here right now. I said, can you tell me what you mean by that? And he said, no. So I don't know if Scott Lynn has bonded out. I have started, y'all know me, my regular viewers are familiar with my filing system. It's a cheese box with a pen and Post-it notes. Now, I did find out that Scott Lynn is indeed a martial arts instructor, and he did indeed that Grandmaster Hans Martial Arts Academy is a franchise. And the franchise, I don't have it from their corporate people. I have it from, and I've pinned the comment under my other Scott Lynn video. The pinned comment is from someone who says, I can't say much because it's an open investigation, but can I pull that up? Hang on just a second. Because what I want to do is let everybody know that I have found out that Grandmaster Hans Martial Arts Academies is a franchise, and they are in no way connected, and they have disassociated from Scott Lynn. Can I pull up Wait, let me just try it on my phone since, let me see here. Let me see. Okay, Scott Lynn arrested. Hang on. What I'm going to do is pull up. Let's see. That's a live chat replay. I don't want that. I want comments. Okay, y'all, I don't know. I don't want to be a Jody Sue Brown. And of course, this video is up. It's titled, well, it's Scott Lynn arrested sexual assault. Okay, and the comment is pinned, but it's this top one, and what I'm going to do is read it to you. And then you, if you want to fact check me or, you know, make sure that I'm not telling you any falsehoods, then you can go look at it. But here, I'm going to read you the comment in full. It says, "Hi there. I cannot say much since this is still a pending investigation, but I am extremely close with this story and have trained in martial arts with Scott for years before learning of these atrocities. I really appreciate you clarifying that he is a franchisee. The rest of the Grandmaster Hans franchises are run by amazing people who I still train with, and they do not associate with Scott in any way. These changes were a shock to even those closest to, I'm sorry, not changes, charges. Let me start that sentence again. These charges were a shock to even those closest to him. It just goes to show how evil people can slip through the cracks in every profession. And we all need to do our best to stay vigilant and aware." And I replied to that person, "Thank you so much for your comment and input. I truly appreciate it." And I was trying to see if I could. Okay. Yeah, I don't see another comment by the person other than I got a like on my thank you for your comment and your input, and I can only imagine that it's from that user. I'm not seeing the username here. It was Athens something or other. Athens something or other. It should still be there with the comment. So I did want to show you that in order to kind of flesh that out, that the franchise is not associated. Now, let me get back to this live stream, not an old one. Now, y'all, I started looking into exactly what these charges are. I was able to find out. Oh, first of all, I did misspeak in my live about the population here in Cleburne County. I was like, don't hold me to this. I think it's like 12 or 13,000. I was way off. It's more like 25 for the whole county. But it is just over 7,000 here in Heber Springs where I live. Yes, I know I'm doxing myself. I did it a long time ago. People even know my street address. I don't care. I wasn't able to get an answer as to why the Heber Springs SWAT team was involved in the execution of the search warrants wherein electronic devices were seized. If you weren't here with us for that live, I do want to make it really clear. This is an open investigation because law enforcement has reason to believe there are other victims who have not come forward. So I got to handle this really professionally. So the way you're going to be seeing me handling Scott Lynn's case on my channel is going to be much more like I would have handled if I were still a television news journalist, not a YouTuber. Law enforcement is asking anyone who has any information or any other victims who have not spoken out to contact the Cleburne County Criminal Investigation Division. So, hi, No Woman, No Cry. Hi, Jody. So we got to be really high living by faith. We got to be really no circuses on Lip Lock no more. The town where this man had built, and he had a big dojo with 7+ years of being in business. Oh, I was also able to substantiate since the last live. Yes, he did own the one that was here in Heber Springs, 3 blocks up the street from me. My husband had told me that he thought so, but we weren't able to confirm it. But I was able to confirm that. It started out as Hyper Fitness Center, I think it was HY-PER. But Hyper Fitness Center. Then later it became, he got his franchise, and then he built a building in Cleburne, Arkansas with a big dojo. But y'all, there's no telling. The town of Cleburne has less than 1,000 people and its own school system. Also, I was able to, now his Facebook page, y'all, I know I'm bouncing all around, but hi, Mamacita, but that's how I do. If you're new, I hope you'll get used to it. The viewers that come back every time I'm live, I think they've kind of grown accustomed to how I bounce around. I stayed up. Let's see, today's Tuesday. I think it was Saturday night. I stayed up I drank coffee at 10 p.m. I usually have 1 cup of coffee at 6 a.m. Okay. But I told my husband as he was going to bed, I said, honey, I'll try to be quiet, but I'm going to stay up and I'm going to go to this guy's Facebook page and I'm going to go through every single photograph. Y'all, it took me till 2:30 in the morning and I was diligent. I wasn't like hopping up and going off doing something else. I actually started at 9:30. I had the coffee at 10 because I could see I was going to be into it for a while. So like from 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. So for 5 hours, it took me to go through this guy's freaking Facebook photos and choose which ones that I did successfully download into my computer And I also figured out how to use paint to cover up the faces of other people. So I also learned something in this 5 hours. Okay. But I told my hubby when he was going to bed, I said, baby, I'm going to stay up and get this because I've got a feeling this Facebook page is going to disappear. And indeed it has. So if you go to my community tab and you click on the link to Scott Lynn's Facebook page, which I had provided because it's public. If y'all want to go over there and look at anything, and under that live, or maybe another one, well, within the last 2 days, I had a question in my comments section. Is that Facebook page already gone? Or maybe it was under the community post. I hadn't had time to check. Well, I checked this morning, and yes, indeed it is. So boy, am I glad I sat up for 5 freaking hours into the middle of the night. Now, I'm not going to show them today because I've never shared anything like from my download folder and my pictures folder. I'm not exactly sure if it works the way we share everything else. But I wrote down, and of course I was scribbling now, so I can't hardly see the actual charges. Hang on. Let's see if we can screen share. There's still a few of you in here. Let's see if I can screen share something else here. And then I'm going to have me a cigarette. I'm starting to grind my teeth. That's what I do when I'm wanting to smoke. And we've already looked at what did we look at the other day? We looked at this one, Northeast Arkansas report, and it was one of the initial reports. Wow, it looks like I'm the only one that's done a YouTube video on it. It's kind of weird to me, y'all. It's so strange to me to be Googling something, to Google somebody's name and have my video come up. I'm like, oh, that's me. It's kind of strange feeling. Oh, I bookmarked one earlier. Let's see if this is it. I hope this doesn't bog us down. But this is all right. Now, basically, it's the same press release. Sheriff Brown, right now anyway, is only putting out the standard press release on this case. Okay. But this is the newest one. So in case somebody hasn't, is new, hasn't heard me talk about this case the one time, because y'all, this guy was just arrested September 22nd. After a year-long investigation, okay? It's not like this guy was accused the morning. I said this on the other live. It's not like he was accused the morning of the 22nd and they issued a warrant and ran over there and busted his ass. This is a year-long investigation into this guy. So let's see. By the way, let's give full credit here. This is the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, which is our statewide, it's our big newspaper here in Arkansas that my husband subscribes to and sits and reads his Sunday paper in his easy chair like old fellers still do. So full credit goes to, I'm sorry, I keep scrolling up and down, but I forgot to give you. Okay, this is by Alexandria Brown, of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette staff, September 26th, 2022 at 1:46 p.m. Okay. Authorities in Cleburne County, well, here, let me highlight too, sorry. Authorities in Cleburne County, and by the way, that's here in Arkansas, obviously, it's where I live, said they arrested a man Thursday, that was September 22nd, who is accused in a sexual assault case involving at least 2 victims. Now, I'm coming to you from the United States of America, where most of my viewers live. So although I have my opinions, we're going to treat this the way I said we were going to. So there's not going to be much, if any, speculation here. Well, there'll be some. Okay, there'll be some speculation. But here in the United States of America, you are innocent until you are proven guilty in a court of law. So until he either pleads guilty or trial ensues and a verdict is handed down, oh, this is hard for me. Through benefit of doubt, because we at this point have no proof shared with the public, and we should not have, we will proceed. You can see how hard it is for me to just get this out of my freaking mouth. So just say it, lip lock, and move on. We will assume Scott B. Lynn is innocent of all charges until he is proven guilty in a court of law. Okay, I've said that once. I hope I don't have to say it again because I don't like this guy. I don't like the looks of him. I perused his Facebook page for 5 hours. Was there anything there that made me think anything nefarious? No, not really. Not really. But I have an inquisitive mind. And I also, when my husband is sitting here beside me, and I'm going to finish reading the article, but let me just finish yapping. Hi, Roswell, baby. Let me finish jacking my jaws on this aside, and then we'll get back to the article. My husband was sitting right here beside me while I'm doing this Facebook research, like from 9 till 10-ish when he went to bed. And once in a while, there would be that thing where you can click on the post that accompanied the photographs. And I would do that. And one came up, and I think I saved it. I'm not sure. We're not going to show anything today from his Facebook. We will on another day. But my husband is real practical and logical, and, you know, and he saw when I clicked on the text, the post that was with this particular photograph, he said, well, that's a weird thing to say. And I was like, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to influence your thought process. And he said, well, I think that's a really weird thing to say. And it was something about somebody is no longer asleep on my couch. Well, if they were, you could just give them a good chop to the throat or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, and that would do it, or something like that. I don't know. It just seemed odd. So anyway, let's go on with the article. After a year-long investigation, Scott Lynn, 57, of Quitman, here again, that's here in Arkansas, was charged with 1 count of rape and 1 count of sexual assault, according to a news release from the sheriff's office. Deputies, Quitman Police, and the Heber Springs SWAT team executed a search warrant at Lynn's residence and business, where they seized several electronic devices. Now, y'all, we are having a problem here in Arkansas with people using the Kik app, K-I-K. We've had Homeland Security less than a year ago. I believe it was in January. I don't want to take the time to pull up the news articles. But we've had 3 major busts, like November, then December, and then maybe February or March, where Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals, FBI were all involved in making a task force here in Arkansas, making major arrests of these online predators who are stalking our children and our grandchildren using the Kik app. Now, we don't know yet what's on those devices. We may never know. If we ever do know and it's made public, I will most certainly let you guys know. But let's go on with the article. According to the release, Lynn was arrested in a case that involves 2 separate victims, but, quote, detectives are continuing to investigate as they have reason to believe there may be more victims that haven't come forward, close quote. An online inmate roster indicated Lynn remained in custody at the Cleburne County Jail early Monday afternoon. As I've already told you, I cannot confirm if he is still there this day, which is Tuesday. My time, it's 11:36 a.m. So it was probably, well, let's see, when did I call the sheriff's office? Let's see, where are my call logs? Recent. Okay. Okay, this says that I called the Cleburne County Sheriff's Department 2 hours ago. So a little bit after 9 o'clock, and I was not able to get confirmation if Scott Lynn is still incarcerated. So last paragraph here. Deputies have asked anyone with information about this case to contact the sheriff's office, that's Cleburne County, Arkansas, Criminal Investigation Division during business hours at 501-362-8143. 501-362-8143. If you have any information about this case or any related cases, I mean, you know, other victims of Scott B. Lynn. So, babies, I don't have anything else. We've been on here almost 2 hours. I really, really want to go smoke. One thing I did look up, but I can't read my scribbling. The actual charges. Oh, hey, me and my Post-it notes. Hang on. If you're willing to, just hang on. I know you can't see what I'm looking up. I'm going to enter, let's see, Arkansas law. And I want class Y, rape under 14. Let me see where this takes me, and if it gives us anything, then I'll pull it up on screen. Okay, let's see here. Summer's being really good sitting here in my lap. She was asleep till I said her name. Okay. Let me just, instead of clicking through a bunch of pages, let me read you what, just right here at the top, what it says. Rape is a Class Y felony, which is punishable by imprisonment in the following manner. An offender shall be imprisoned not less than 10 years and not more than 40 years, or life. However, if the victim is less than 14 years of age, the minimum sentence is 25 years. Now, he was charged with, let me see if I can do this here. Y'all, I'm doing something I'm not used to doing, so let me, by Yorkshire, thank you for being here, honey. Let me see if I can do something. Okay, Arkansas law, capital S dash 14 dash 103. A. Okay. This is what this man is actually charged with. Under Arkansas law, he is charged with violation of Section 5-14-103, which is the 2010 Arkansas Code. Okay, here's 2017. Let me go to this one that's 2017. Okay, this site is called Justia US Law. I'm not familiar with this site, so I don't know how trustworthy it is, but I just want to, okay. I want to get to the stipulate. Okay, here we go. A person commits rape if he or she, Carrie, honey, if you're still here, baby, would you throw up a trigger warning, please? Because we do have the parentheses of 3, and it is that tells us that his victim is less than 14 years of age. One of them. Because, well, he's charged with violation of Section 5-14-103, A, 3A. Yep, right here. Okay, here's what he's charged with. A person commits rape if he or she engages in sexual intercourse or deviant sexual activity with another person, 1, by forcible compulsion, 2, who is incapable of consent because he or she is physically helpless, mentally defective, or mentally incapacitated. Those do not apply because we're going to go right here to 3. Who is less than 14 years of age. A person commits rape if he or she engages in sexual intercourse or deviant sexual activity with another person who is less than 14 years of age. It is an affirmative defense to a prosecution under subdivision A3A of this section that the actor was not more than 3 years older than the victim. Well, I can tell you at the age of 57, and the victim being less than 14, he's sure as hell more than 3 years older. Okay. Then we have the C. Okay, here's C. That tells us rape is a class Y felony, and any person who pleads guilty or nolo contendere, or crap. I'm sorry, let me start that again. Any person who pleads guilty or nolo contendere to or is found guilty of rape involving a victim who is less than 14 years of age shall be sentenced to a minimum term of imprisonment of 25 years. Okay, that's the C part. All right, the other charge, I'm sorry I'm yelling. Y'all, if you're new, I'm sorry. When I get wound up, I've got a bad tendency to yell. Okay, now I want to look at Arkansas Law 5-14-124. Arkansas Statute 514-124. This is the other charge against the other known victim. It is sexual assault in the first degree. And y'all, sexual assault in the first degree. B, checking my notes. Okay, it is a Class A felony. Sexual, and he is charged with sexual assault in the first degree. And that is this. And it makes me want to cry. Not that I don't want to cry already. Sexual assault in the first degree is committed by a person in a position of trust or authority over the victim and uses his position of trust or authority over the victim to engage in sexual intercourse or deviant sexual activity. Both of his known victims are children. And when, all right, I'm going to try to pull up something here. Out of my computer. Hang on. I don't know how this works. I don't know how to share a picture with you, so I'm learning. I hope we don't. Where is it? I'm looking for a medallion that he had on his Facebook page. As well as posters where he's offering women's self-defense courses. Then he is offering, is this how I do it? I'm sorry, I'm getting really tense and it's making me start to move my jaw around. How do I share this with you guys? How do I? Oh my goodness, I think I did it. Can y'all see that poster? This is from his Facebook page that is now gone. But can y'all see this poster? Okay. Carrie, oh Mama-san, oh Grandma-san learned something new. I'm actually sharing something with you from my pictures folder. Okay. Okay. This is, and I'm sorry, darlings, I don't know how to make it bigger. How can I make it? Is there a way to make it bigger? Okay, let me look on my phone and see if I can read it to you if I fill up my phone screen. With video and not. Okay, I can't read what's in the little black boxes. But this was one of his promotions. Benefit of martial arts for 3 and 4-year-olds with an adorable little girl. Smack dab in the middle. Early skills dynamic martial arts training. For what? Intellectually, socially, physically, and emotionally. And the pictures that I saw, along with the ones that I downloaded. Now, I didn't download kids. And the ones that I did download that do have kids in them, or even other adults, I've marked out their faces and identifying marks, like tattoos and stuff. But y'all, this is what this guy, his dojo is in the photographs is absolutely packed with teenagers, preteens, elementary school, preschool children. Okay. And before he was arrested September 22nd, he was proudly on his Facebook page, which has been deleted within the last 24 to 36 hours. He was proudly promoting his martial arts academy. He was promoting self-defense for women. Now, why am I bringing that up? Because, as I told my husband Bob, it put me in mind of somebody like Dr. Chris Calendine in Hawkins County, Tennessee. You remember Dr. Calendine? The pediatrician who also was the athletic physician for the Cherokee, Cherokee Hills? I don't have my notes in front of me. School, the teams that have cheerleaders, whatnot. But Mr. Calendine was interested in boys. Dr. Calendine. Well, I guess he's Mr. Calendine now. The last time I checked, he had lost his license to practice. But what Dr. Calendine, the pediatrician in Hawkins County, Tennessee, liked to do was become friendly with single moms. And befriend them, and then offer the opportunity for mom to have a free weekend, and the boys can come over, and I've got a man cave, gaming systems, pool, and the boys can come over here and hang out with me. You can have a free weekend. They can sleep down in the basement and have all of this, and you can relax and go and have a good time. And then Dr. Calendine creeps down the stairs to the fucking basement and sexually assaults the boys. Mr. Lynn puts me in mind of that when I saw his poster for self-defense for women. Got a martial arts academy. Got a young single mom or a middle-aged mom or a mom that has a kid the age you like. You fucking predators. You pieces of shit. Hiding behind the cloak of a doctor, a pastor, a deacon, a priest, a teacher, a guidance counselor, a Sunday school teacher. A child's advocate. Or maybe even you work for Child Protective Services, because these motherfuckers go where the children are. Just like Mr. Lynn. He posted a photograph of himself from 2006 with his wife and son, where he is, and folks, I'm not body shaming, but I am mad. So please don't take offense at this. He reposted a picture from 2006 where he's a tub of lard. And as time progresses, we get this kind of thing, where the mirror's over here. And yes, I saved the pictures. And he's got his camera here, and he's taking the profile. And then he's looking and he's taking the selfie of how much weight he's lost and how damn good he looks. Well, he don't look that damn good to me, but he did lose a lot of weight. Susan's pictures. I'm scrolling, babies. Give me a second here. I'm not going to put up the one with his wife and son. I just want to find one that's not his mugshot. Here's one from the 7th. Here's one from July 2nd, 2016. If I can remember how I did that. Good looking guy, huh? Yeehaw. Yeah. This guy right here is accused of being a child sexual predator with 2 victims at this time after a year-long investigation. Now that I know that I can successfully share pictures from my picture folder, next live we do on this, I'll show you some more like the inside. I kept some of the inside of the dojo. Look, y'all, this guy was traveling to San Diego, St. Louis. The other cities won't come. Dallas, lots of pictures taken at tournaments, martial arts tournaments. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids, male and female. We don't know if his victims, we don't know their gender. And I pray babies, I don't know where these young people are currently going to school, if they are at all. But if they lived in Quitman or its school district, they are going to school in a town that has less than 1,000 people. And I plan to do everything in my power on this channel that we will never know who his victims are. As I said in the last live about Scott B. Linn, Quitman, Arkansas, arrested September 22nd, 2022 on a Class A sexual assault in the first degree charge and a Class Y felony rape of a child under the age of 14. On this channel, we will never know who they are. So babies, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me for more than 2 hours. I don't have a song. Summer is peacefully curled up. She doesn't even. Summer, don't. Summer. Hang on, let me grab a gospel book over here. See if I can find us a quickie in Mama's old Heavenly Highway Hymns hymnal. And then we'll say bye-bye and get on with our days. I really do appreciate y'all. I did, oh, by the way, I emailed Ziggy this morning. She did a middle of the night live, so I'm sure she's probably going to be sleeping most of the day. So it'll be a while before I get a response. But I emailed her and asked her if she would consider allowing me to come up on her panel to discuss Scott Lynn, because I'm the only YouTuber talking about it. And I'd really like to get some attention on this guy, because we're not going to talk about the children here. We're going to talk about this son of a bitch. Summer, baby. We're going to talk about the bad guy, not the kids. Oh, it opened up to that one that should be really kind of okay. All right, let's have us a little quickie little song. And I'm mistaken, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep the kitty from jumping over here. If I've missed you in my live chat, I'm so sorry. I'm just not very good at talking to you. I like to look at the camera for the most part when I'm talking, so that you feel like I'm actually talking to you and not like looking over there somewhere. And so a lot of I miss a lot in chat. But I think I can remember how this one goes. We'll just do one verse and then we'll do our traditional closeout. And because I got to get some research done on some other stuff. Oh, by the way, my father-in-law did go into hospice care. And my baby brother, well, he's my brother-in-law, but he's my baby brother, who is overseas serving with, as a master sergeant, a career military man with the United States Armed Forces right now, is being sent home on a 21-day hardship leave. So if you would just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. It just, you know. Oh, I may start out in the wrong key and make a total fool of myself. This had to have been one of my mama's favorites because it opened right to it. So this is copyright held by Fannie J. Crosby and Mrs. J.F. Knapp, and it is titled Blessed Assurance. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his Spirit, washed in his blood. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect submission, perfect delight, visions of rapture now burst on my sight. Angels descending bring from above echoes of mercy, whispers of love. And this is my story, and this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I in my Savior am happy and blessed, watching and waiting, looking above, filled with his goodness and lost in his love. I would tell you to behave yourselves, but I don't see any point at all in wasting my breath and your time when we all know you ain't gonna do it anyway. So dang nabbit, go have you some fun, but don't forget to be safe while you're doing it, okay? And don't you ever forget for 1 minute, there's one Looney Tune old cat crazy lady out here who really, truly does love each and every single one of you, no matter what. It's unconditional. And I'm going to see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. That is, if you choose to tune in. I love you. See you on the flip-flop, in the broadcast, and it.